Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, my excellency students. First of all, let's praise our God, Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, the creator and sustainer of the universe. Peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the last messenger of Allah who has guided human lives from the distraction into the right way of Islam. Excellency students, today we are going to learn speaking about Unit 2. It tells us about my favorite hobby and interest. Well, my excellency student, I'd like to tell you about the learning objective. So in the end of teaching learning process, you are able to describe the abilities about kinds of hobby and interest, to demonstrate the dialogue about their hobby and interest, to make a list of things that your partner can do about hobby and interest, and the last, to complete the chart with the information about their hobby and interest. I think it is the same with in listening materials about my favorite hobby and interest in Islamic worldview. So let's continue to the next slide. My excellency students, I'd like to invite you all to watch a video relating our topic today, my favorite or hobby and interest. Have nice watching.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire, messages.
Subscribe to Let's Share Solutions and press the bell icon for daily study tips, career advice and personality development videos with me, Ashwani Thakur. In this video, we'll talk about one of the most common questions asked in a job interview. What are your hobbies and interests? If they don't ask you, they may ask you to write it down. So it is a very common question and you must be prepared for that. In this video, I'll talk with you 4 things. First, why this question is asked. Second, what are the 2 types of hobbies that you should never mention. Third, the types of hobbies, the list of the hobbies that you can mention and what is their significance. And number 4, we'll talk about how to choose your best hobbies. Let's get started. So first, let's understand why this question is asked. The reason why this question is asked because they are hiring a human being, not a machine. And human beings have different hobbies, they have different interests. And they want to know that this person, is that person fit for the job or not? There can be 2 candidates who have the same age group, same experience, and same qualifications, same kind of academic background, everything is same, but they will be 2 different individuals. Their natures will be different because their interest is different, their hobbies are different. So they want to know that if there are 10 candidates, they select 3 candidates out of the 10, and in these 3 candidates, who is the best one for this job? So they will try to find out now the things which stand out in one of them. So these questions help you to stand out and tell that you are the best suitable person for this job. So this is a very important question because they want to know about your personality rather than just your background, your experience, but who exactly you are. And this question is answered when you mention your hobbies and interests. Now, obviously, you have to be honest, but I'll tell you how you can make best use of this question. So now we'll discuss the two types of hobbies that you should never mention. First, if you have a hobby of something that you are trying to make a career of. For example, when I was doing job, I am an ex-engineer, and when I was working, I knew that one day I'll be a filmmaker. And that was my hobby. I used to make films on weekends. So I never mentioned that in my job interviews. Although whenever I worked in any company, I gave my best. I never worked like this is my secondary thing. No, when I worked, I gave my 100%. But I never mentioned this in my interviews that I'm into filmmaking and I want to be a filmmaker and one day I'll quit this job and I'll pursue some other career. Because this will give a bad impression about you and they will think that you are not a long-term employee. So if you have a hobby that one day you'll be making a career of, don't mention that hobby. Second is any hobby that is considered negative according to your job profile. Anything that is negative to your job profile or something that is negative overall. For example, you love watching TV or you love sleeping, waking up late. So all these kind of things, don't mention that in your job interview. Now let's talk about what are the kind of hobbies you must mention. First, mention a hobby that's linked with your job profile, as I mentioned earlier. Anything, for example, traveling hobby is good if your job involves traveling. If your job profile involves traveling, if you mention you love traveling, then that's a positive point. And you can mention you love meeting new people. You like talking with people, making new friends when your job is of sales. So for salesmen, these are good qualities. So if you have this kind of hobby, you can mention that in a sales profile. It also tells that you are a team player. Second, you can mention hobby that gives a message that you are confident. For example, solving puzzles. If you love solving puzzles, if you like meditation or yoga or working out, and you are a part of an NGO or you do some social work. So if you do any social work or if you have any such hobby, it will tell that you are confident. Next is hobby that gives a message that you are a good learner. Example, reading and playing any musical instrument, learning new language. If you have a hobby of learning new language. So if you have any hobby that tells that you are a good learner, then you are considered as a good employee, because in a job profile, always you have to learn new things, become better, do something new. A new project comes in and you have to learn something new. So if you have a hobby already that tells that you are a good learner, then that's a positive point. Next is a hobby that gives a message that you are creative and you are productive. Example, you can mention hobby of writing, photography, singing, painting, poetry. So if you like poetry or writing, if you have any such hobby, that means you are creative, you are productive. And now let's talk about how to choose your best hobby. So first of all, what you have to do is be honest. List down all the hobbies that you have. Make a list of all the hobbies, even if you do it for sometimes, even if it's something that you do always, whatever. Even if something like you play a little bit of guitar, write it down. Whatever, make a list of all the hobbies that you have. But they should be true. Don't write any fake hobby. It should be true. It should be something that you do. And one of the reasons why it should be true is because if you mention any false hobby, they may ask you about that hobby. So don't mention anything like that. Next step is, out of the list that you have now created, pick up the hobbies which match with your job profile, with the company, with the company's vision, mission. So which hobbies do you think best suit with this company? Pick them up. You don't have to tell all your hobbies. You don't have to mention all your hobbies. A person can have many hobbies, but you have to choose those 2 or 3 hobbies which are best for this job. You don't have to confuse the interviewer. So pick up 2 or 3 hobbies, the best from there, and then mention that. And when you mention, tell it with excitement, with joy, with happiness, with a smile on your face, because you love your hobbies. It's not a burden on you. It's something that you love. Example is, I love listening to music, making new friends, and traveling. So this is good if you have a travel job, sales job. These kind of hobbies will work best for that. So choose your hobbies. I wish you all the best, and I hope this video helped you in your interview preparation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope it helped you. With every video I produce, my goal is to
Yeah. I hope you get inspiration from watching this video, yeah, especially relating to our topic today, hobby and interest. Okay, go on to the next slide. Yeah. Well, my excellent students, I'd like to explain how to express about describing abilities. Okay. Okay, look here. Expression. You may use auxiliaries like can here to make a sentence. Can you play the guitar? And the answer, yes, I can, or no, I can't. Can Tim play the piano? Yes, he can. No, he can't. I can play the piano, but I can't play the trumpet. Rosa can play the violin, but she can't play the guitar. I can play the piano well. I can't play the piano well. What musical instruments can you play? What else can you play? What languages can you speak? I can speak Chinese. Nah, this is the expression to show abilities. Yeah, to show abilities. Okay, the next slide. Yeah, I invite you to demonstrate this dialogue. So, listen and repeat. I'd like to read one utterance, yeah, one utterance to one utterance, or one sentence to one sentence. Okay, listen and repeat. Wow, you can play the guitar really well. Thanks. Can you play the guitar? No, I can't. But I can play the violin. Really? What else can you play? I can play the trumpet too. Oh, yeah? I can't play the trumpet. I think it's pretty hard. It's not that hard. You just need to practice. Can I hear you play sometime? Sure. Okay. The next slide. Okay. Ask and answer question with your partner. Make a list of things that your partner can do. Yeah. Okay. Please you ask your friends, your partner. Yeah. Make a list of things that your partner can do. For example, you ask your partner with the questions, can you play guitar? For example, your partner responds, I can't play the guitar. Please you write here, my partner, he or she, for example, can't play guitar here. Yeah, and go on. Please complete it. There are 5 columns here. Please complete it. Yeah. Okay. Next activity. Talk to 3 classmates and complete the chart with information about them. Okay. Please ask your friends. Yeah. Your classmate. For example, you ask for the first respondent here. Yeah. Your classmate. What languages can you speak? For example, the respondent say, I can speak English very well. Yeah. Please write here English. What sport can you play? I can play volleyball, basketball here. Yeah. Please fill in the blank here. Yeah. Etc. And go on to the next respondent until 3 respondents here. Please complete it. Yeah. Okay. Next activity. Wah, alhamdulillah. Ya, silakan setelah ini kalian diskusikan dengan teman, kemudian hasilnya diupload. Apa saja yang didiskusikan sebagai tugasnya, semua latihannya ya. Ya, dimulai dari demonstrate the dialogue ini. Silakan demonstrasikan dialog ini dengan temanmu ya. Tentu pakai bisa dengan video atau video call ya. Silakan. Kemudian berikutnya ini diisi ya. Selanjutnya ini diisi juga. Oke. Saya kira cukup. Ya, itu sebagai tugasnya. Seperti biasa, sampai pengumpulan tugas itu hari Kamis ya. Nah, baik itu listening maupun speaking, disamakan saja. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. Yeah, let's discuss. Have a nice discussion.